WTIM.
You're listening to WTIM, your information station, and our morning show brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first and landmark of Taylorville. My name is Grayson Bauman. Joining me in this segment is the Executive Director of the Christian County Economic Development Corporation, Matt Hart. Matt, good morning to you, sir. How are you?
Grayson, I am great this morning. It's always great to be with you and your listeners.
Well, I appreciate you coming on in and talking a little bit about what you've got going on with the CCEDC. It's been constant. It's been busy. But now we have a good update from the last time I saw you about the enterprise zone. So I'd love to start there.
Sure. Yeah, we've been doing a lot of work behind the scenes, and that's a lot of what the Christian County Economic Development Corporation does. And one of the big things we've been doing behind the scenes is our enterprise zone. And just to remind everyone what the enterprise zone is, this is a business incentive tool that the state of Illinois has had for decades. But we've made some changes here in Christian County to greatly expand the size of our enterprise zone and expand the number of businesses who can take advantage of the enterprise zone. We've had the enterprise zone in Taylorville and in Pana and in Assumption. And what we've done and we've been working on, especially the last 6 months, is expanding our enterprise zone because the state of Illinois has allowed us to expand it. We're now adding Edinburgh, Stonington, and the grain elevator in Sharpsburg. So what that means is if you're a business owner in certain parts of Taylorville or Pana or Assumption, and now, again, knock on wood, and the state comes through, we're just waiting on the certificate, which I'll tell you about in a second, but also in Edinburgh and Stonington and Sharpsburg, this means huge savings when you're building something new, when you're making an addition to your existing building. There's many advantages to the enterprise zone, but the biggest one that most people utilize is the sales tax on building material. Sales tax on building material adds an extra cost. It can add, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10% to the cost of your building material. And the state of Illinois has passed a law that says, hey, folks, we don't want your sales tax money. We want to actually keep that money in your community if you'll utilize the enterprise zone incentive. And we're happy to do that. In fact, in 2024, we saved businesses in Christian County. We saved them $370,000 by utilizing the enterprise zone. So these are not pennies and dimes. This is big money. $370,000 is what we saved businesses in 2024. We'd like to do even more in 2025. And so that's why we've expanded the enterprise zone. That's why we've taken it to Stonington. We've taken it to Edinburgh. We've taken it to Sharpsburg in addition to Taylorville, Payne, and Assumption. And this will help our businesses grow. It'll help them build. It'll help them expand their operations here in Christian County, because at the end of the day, that's why we exist. The CCEDC is here to help people keep jobs, grow jobs, and grow your business in Christian County.
I think it's an important piece always that it's not just the prospective businesses, not just the businesses coming. It's also, we're not forgetting about who's here and keeping them here and keeping them happy. I think that's always an important piece to it as well. The money you save and everything else. You mentioned, let's touch on it there, Edinburgh and Stonington. The last time you were here, it was, hey, we got to get it through the ringer and we got to get things going. Now we're waiting on the state. What's been the update from here to now?
Yeah, so we submitted the formal application that had to be approved by all levels of government. So this is something that again, this is all the legwork we do behind the scenes. In February and March, we went to the county, we went to the city of Taylorville, we went to the city of Pana, city of Assumption, we went to the village of Edinburgh, the village of Stonington, the county, of course, covers Sharpsburg. We had to go to all of those levels of government and to approve an identical resolution, all agreeing that we want to expand the enterprise zone. Once all of those local government agencies approve that identical resolution, then we can take that and send that to the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, DCEO, at the state of Illinois. We submitted that to DCEO about the 2nd of March. Typically, that process takes about 45 days. So we're hoping in the next a week or so here that we'll get our approval from DCEO and the state. And then once we have that approval, then folks can make that application and utilize the enterprise zone. Folks in Taylorville and Pana and Assumption, no changes there. So if you're already thinking about building and your property is in the enterprise zone today in Taylorville or Assumption or Pana, fill out that application today. We'll save you the sales tax money today. But it's the addition of Edinburgh, Stonington, and Sharpsburg that we still need a few more days. But once we have that certificate that comes back from DCEO, we're ready to help save people money.
And right now we need to get the marketing, the advertisement. Hey, like, come on, let's save you a little bit of dollars. So especially for businesses already existing in Edinburgh and Stonington, let's get you moving on over to that.
And we know, Grayson, we already know one place where we're going to see this. Well, there's several places where we're seeing this work, but and obviously, if you've driven Route 29 in Edinburgh, you've seen Sloan's, and you've seen the 50,000 square foot facility, their beautiful facility that they're building there. I know they were pouring concrete there last week. But what folks don't know is right next to Sloan's, there's another development that's going to start this year for Midwest Meter. And this is one more reason we took the enterprise zone to Edinburgh, so that small companies like Midwest Meter can take advantage of this incentive. And again, this is the state saying, we want local businesses to keep that money at home. We don't want that sales tax money in Springfield. We want it at home. We're going to help you out. And Midwest Meter is going to be one of the first new businesses that will be able to take advantage of this expansion of the enterprise zone in the county.
And now we're thinking 2025's impact, but it's already had obviously an impact even in previous years, especially in 2024. But now 2025, we can really almost open the floodgates. It's almost all a Christian County at this point.
Absolutely. It's and again, if you want to know it all, just go to our website. Our website is christiancountyedc.com. The enterprise zone maps are on there. And if you have any questions at all, that's what we do here at CCEDC. I took a phone call last week from another local developer who bought a piece of property. They're going to develop that property, and they wanted to know, am I in the enterprise zone? Am I in the TIF district? Am I in the business development district? And if I am, what can I take advantage of? And that's what we do. We hold people's hands. We walk them through the process. But if you think at all that your property is in the enterprise zone or the BDD or the TIF district and can get benefit, go to our website or just call us up, 565-2280. We're here to help. That's why we exist at the CCEDC.
Worst thing it could be is, all right, you're just a tad outside of it. But if you're in, I mean, to me, it's like, make sure you call, make sure you find out, make sure you know that you're not missing out on that money and potential savings. You mentioned that developer potentially coming on in, and that brings me to the commercial and industrial park. What are we doing out there to continue to move out there? It feels like we've got some space that we're wanting to obviously bring about. Is that something that they were inquiring about potentially, or is that something that you're still making sure that folks know is wide open? Yeah,
so we still get inquiries on the industrial park, which is on the north side of Taylorville on Route 29, right between Walmart and Trinity Dodge. And this is 46 acres of land. There's 17 lots out there. All the utilities are installed. All of the 17 parcels out there are in the TIF, the enterprise zone, and the BDD. And what does that mean? Well, for BDD, the Business Development District, you'll be eligible for grants from the city for different projects to improve your building. For the enterprise zone, as we mentioned before, that might mean saving sales tax on your building material or enjoying some other benefits as well. And when it comes to TIF, TIF stands for Tax Increment Financing District. And what that is that's something that can be negotiated with the local TIF administrator, which is the city of Taylorville. And many times you can negotiate an incentive package on the future taxes on your property, because if you're going to improve that property and you're going to take it from farm ground to a building or business, obviously the sales or the property taxes are going to go up. And if it's in a TIF district, you can actually take advantage of the TIF benefit. And there's some tools we can use to actually help save some significant dollars. And one particular example of that is we had a developer who's looked at the industrial park, and they want to put in about a $5 million building. And we put together a package for them that would save them about $1.5 million on a $5 million building. Again, those aren't pennies and dimes. These are good dollars, but they're incentives. But that's what developers are looking for today. They want to know is there ability for them to really maximize their dollars so that they can build in your community, so they can grow jobs, build companies, and keep our economy sailing along in Christian County.
I think that's another important piece, that it's, again, not just about bringing that business in. It's what that business brings in as a whole too, the jobs, the security of it, and everything else like that. And you talk about $1.5 million. I believe we've talked a little bit about that, but yeah, no, that's a lot of savings. That's a lot of potential there to continue to even maybe advertise that building or do whatever, maybe add more to it.
Absolutely. And once again, if folks are thinking about building, or you know someone who's thinking about building, or if you just got more questions about those 17 lots, the 46 acres that's out there at the Taylorville Commercial Industrial Park, give us a call, 217-565-2280. Shoot me an email. But we're happy to tell folks about that, or again, just answer any questions about any incentives that are out there. Again, whether it's enterprise zone, TIF district, business development district, whether it's in Taylorville, Pana, Assumption, Edinburgh, Stonington, wherever it is in the county, we're here to help.
And That's the best part now. It's pretty much everywhere in the county. Well, joining me now is Executive Director Matt Hart of the Christian County Economic Development Corporation, talking a little bit about the Enterprise Zone, its most recent expansion, its impact in 2024, and also the Taylorville Commercial and Industrial Park. We'll come back around. We'll talk about more what's going on in 2025 and what to look forward to with the CCEDC right here on WTIM, your information station.
WTIM. WTIM.
Back around with the WTIM Morning Show here on your information station. I am joined by the Christian County Economic Development Corporation Executive Director Matt Hart here on the Morning Show, brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville. We talked Enterprise Zone, we talked the Industrial Park, and now we want to talk businesses, groundbreakings that we're going to see in 2025. Matt, again, I'm just going to let you take me away from there because Sloan's new facility is really almost here.
It's so exciting. Again, they were pouring concrete last week. But here's what's even more exciting. If you drive along Route 29 in Edinburgh, you'll see the new facility going up. But what's even more exciting is now there's signs up for the hiring. They are hiring. Sloan's is hiring. And not only are they hiring general workers, they're hiring technicians. So if you're a diesel technician, they're hiring at Sloan's. And again, these are great jobs. You're working for a great organization. Sloan's, as most people know, is based on the other side of the county in Assumption, Illinois. So this is one of many facilities for Sloan's. This is a company that has their corporate headquarters in Assumption, Illinois. The new facility in Edinburgh, it looks fantastic. It's going to be fantastic. But most importantly, right now, they're hiring. And that's our goal at CCEDC, is to grow jobs. It's to bring people to this county, to let them have a job, provide for their family. Because when you provide jobs for people, they come here, they build a house here, they buy a house here, they eat at the restaurants here, their family, their kids go to school here. And that's really the goal for economic development, is really it's attracting and bringing and building those families here in Christian County. And so we're really excited about Sloan's new facility that will be opening soon. But right now they're hiring. So if you're looking for a job, especially if you're a diesel technician looking for a job, stop on out at Sloan's or reach out to them, because they are currently hiring to fill that new 50,000 square foot facility in Edinburgh. And then we talked about right next door to them, Midwest Meter. Midwest Meter is going to be breaking ground. A lot of people might remember Midwest Meter when Route 29 ran through Edinburgh, and everybody was driving through Edinburgh. And maybe some folks have forgotten, because now the bypass obviously goes around the eastern side of Edinburgh. But Midwest Meter is a massive company that's based, again, right here in Christian County and right in Edinburgh. And they service a lot of local governments, a lot of cities all across the Midwest, with different meters and water utility instrumentation and pipes. All right here in Christian County at Midwest Meter, but they need to expand. And so now that we've got the enterprise zone coming to Edinburgh, they're going to expand. They'll be breaking ground soon in Edinburgh. And then out at the airport in Taylorville, you may have noticed right across the street from GSI, just south of Brandis Air, you notice some concrete that's been poured out there. That's a new business that we're bringing to Christian County. And Jim Templeton and Temp Aircraft LLC, they are building at the airport. And oh, by the way, it's in the enterprise zone. So we're going to save them and provide them with a great incentive, and take advantage of the enterprise zone incentive, and bring another business to Taylorville and to Christian County. So we're really excited about a lot of things going on here in 2025. And then, Grace, we've also got to talk about the bridge, right? I know that people have been waiting for a long time for the bike trail bridge. It is nearing completion. And while that's, a lot of people look at that and go, is that economic development? It absolutely is. That's what we call quality of life, because people are looking for, they want to have a nice place to ride their bike, or to walk with their kids, or just have a nice bike trail, have a nice lake. And this new bike trail is a huge impact to quality of life for our workers in Christian County and in Taylorville. And this, again, reconnects Taylorville to Pana with the bike trail. And it's a beautiful new bridge. I know a lot of people have been waiting many years for this bridge to get installed and for that bike trail to get reopened. But that, again, that's economic development here in Christian County.
And I was told about 10 years of wait right now. And when you consider that, it shows also a commitment to the county. It shows a commitment to the people who live here. And I think also businesses see that. A question on that, with these businesses breaking ground, with the expansion of the enterprise zone, and the success, the track record, are you able to take that and show a prospective business, look, this is what we're doing? And what is the response that you've gotten almost to said success that's already been had?
Yeah, absolutely. There is certainly a momentum right now in Christian County, and you're seeing that in some of the businesses that are choosing to locate here and choosing to build here. And that's why we're seeing, businesses grow and expand. Our downtown, talk to anybody, and compare the downtown to just a few years ago to where it is today. And the young entrepreneurs we have who are growing businesses around the square in Taylorville is fantastic. But we absolutely, when we have site selectors come to us, or we have other businesses come to us, and they just say, well, what's going on in Christian County? And we can point to these new businesses that they're building, whether they're local businesses or national chains who are choosing to locate here. The national chains, they've got a team of site selectors. They don't come here without knowing this is a good place. This is a great place to grow your business. And absolutely, we utilize that. And that's something that developers who are not from here want to know. And we've got another developer who's coming in very soon, and that's exactly what they've been looking for. They want to know what are the other things that are going on in the community. And every time we have a new business succeed, that helps breed more success.
Being able to prove it is a lot different than just saying it. And so right now, in the last 2 years, it feels like we're doing a lot of proving it, and we're going to continue to do so. So Matt, thank you so much for joining me here this morning. Again, Matt is the executive director at the Christian County Economic Development Corporation. You can reach them by text. You can also call 217-565-2280. You can email at edcchristiancounty@gmail.com, or their website, christiancountyedc.com. We'll be back around with more of the WTIM Morning Show as we make our way through the morning. You're listening to WTIM, your information station.
WTIM.